Hey everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to talk about why it's hard to become disciplined, or maybe let me just say, I'm going to talk about how I realized that how challenging it is to become disciplined. Okay, backstory. So if you've been following me, you know I've been very disciplined or somewhat disciplined in terms of working out, going to bed on time, waking up early, eating the right food, and reading up the right books, and working as well as mingling with the right people. Right, everything is great, and all these habits that I had, or I had, it's been installed not just overnight, but over the last few years, a little at a time, right? If you are challenging with any of these habits, I highly recommend you read this book called Atomic Habits. Obviously, I did not read that book when I was installing it, but when I read that book, I realized that I've been doing that thing along the way all these years. It's just that, I wish I had that book, the blueprint, then I would probably have installed it faster. But anyway, so that's my habit. And then, so life's great, but, we are still in the middle of a pandemic, and we haven't really gone anywhere as a family. So we thought, what, it would be cool for us to just go somewhere else as a family and just decompress and have some family time away from our home, away from everyone else, and it's just me, my wife, and my two children. Right, so that's the plan. And off we went a few days ago. A few days ago. Now it's just a week or a couple of weeks ago. But anyway, off we went, and the plan was we're gonna go somewhere near a beach, stay in a house like an Airbnb, and just spend some family time and just be able to not worry about a lot of things, right? And we don't want to go to a hotel because we realize because of COVID and everything, we do want to limit the interactions with other people and all those things, and being in a house would probably give us more opportunity to do things that we would not be able to do in a hotel, like cook, clean, to the normal life, daily stuff, right? Anyway, so off we went. The vacation started pretty nicely, and then I would be like, first thing we did is like, oh, we are in a vacation, so it's like, let's indulge in a little bit, right? So the first thing that changed was the diet, right? Slowly, obviously, the first day I didn't go out and eat like 5,000 calories. So from jumping from 2,000 to 5,000, 10,000 calories, but in a little bit. Oh, let me try this biscuit. Oh, let me try this, fried chicken. Let me try this thing. Oh, I'm on a vacation. I should have some things like, leeway in terms of what I want to eat. Oh, let me try this thing. And one thing led to another, and next thing I know, it's like, next thing my diet's full of like, sugar, high salt, lots of fat, very little protein. And I mean, that time it didn't feel like that way, I will tell you. But now that I'm looking back and I realize, what bad things I did. Right. Okay. So that was the diet. So once the diet changed, and I realized, next thing and this is all happening, right? And I'm just, now that I'm talking, and it may sound like crazy, but this is happening, and I didn't even realize this was happening, right? So slowly the diet changed, and next thing that changed was my sleeping habits. Right. And if you know me, or if you follow me, I will tell you I am very particular about going to bed between 8 and 9 p.m. and waking up between 3:30 and 4:30 in the morning. So slowly I started going to bed late, and eventually what that basically meant was like, me started waking up later and later, and I was waking up like 7:30 in the morning. Like, holy cow, for a guy who wakes up at 3:30, I'm sleeping in, let's just say 4:30, and I'm sleeping until 7:30, sometimes even up to 8 a.m. It's like, what's going on? Right. And not then. That time it was like, oh, I'm on vacation, I'm chilling, why do I care, right? I have nothing else to do. And then the next thing I did was I started, obviously, I was like still trying to stay active. In the beginning, I would still go out for a jog or a run, and slowly, over the course of next few days, I slowly stopped that, right? The 2 mile jog or 3 mile jogs came down to 1 mile to 0 mile, right? I was like, oh, I'm on vacation. Why do I care? Okay, so stay with me and see what happens, right? And then now that my diet has changed, my sleeping habit has changed, I am not like moving or being active and things like that. And then the little work I was doing, which is checking in with my team, I ended up being a lot more irritable, not just with my team and everything around me, but just with everything around me. I was just very irritable. I had low energy, and the little work I was doing it from an Airbnb, which basically didn't have any desk. So I was either on a bed or on a sofa, and guess what? My productivity plummeted, right? I was like maybe at 20% productivity. The things that I would do in 5 minutes would probably take me 35 minutes. I'm always distracted. I'm always uncomfortable and things like that. So now, eventually, obviously, all good things comes to an end, or all crappy things comes to an end, all things come to an end. So obviously the vacation got over and returned. Guess what happened? And after return, now my body is craving all the salt, all the sugar, all the fat, and nothing tastes good. I'm always hungry. I don't feel like moving. I feel bloated. I feel like fat. I'm not. And yes, I did gain a lot of pounds, 5 or 6 pounds, or maybe 7. I don't feel like moving. I don't feel like working out. And now I'm like finding excuses to not work out because, I was like, oh, I have all this work pending. Maybe I should work more. And, who cares about working out? Money is more important. All these thoughts are going into my head, right? Right. I can always work out tomorrow. I will work out next day and next thing. I don't feel like moving. I will tell you that it took me a few days to just rewire my brain, and eventually I told myself, enough is enough. I need to start moving. Right? I started moving. So eventually, this past Monday, which was like today's Friday, so 4 days ago, I was like, you know what? I will just go and do workout for 20 minutes, and those 20 minutes was very, very hard because I'm working out by myself. Right, I don't have any accountability, and I ended up forcing myself to put on my gym clothes. Again, I was telling myself, do I really need to? I'm at home, who cares? Maybe I can just skip one more day. And then those 20 minutes was very, very hard. And eventually what I did was, finish that workout, and then I was like, I don't think I should have done that. Literally, because I didn't feel the change, right? It's like brushing. If you brush 2 minutes a day for twice a day, you don't see the change immediately. But if you stop brushing that 2 minutes a day, then in about a year's time, you realize your teeth have started to fall off, or you start having teeth like dental diseases, right? Same thing. So I didn't see the change, but next thing to reinstall was my diet, which was very hard. And I will tell you, I'm still struggling with that, getting back on that wagon. I mean, obviously I started measuring the food I'm eating and everything else. And, the struggle is right now sugar. Sugar addiction is super, super hard. It's a real addiction. And, I'm struggling with it. Literally, I'm telling you, every meal I'm just doing trade-offs, getting the vegetables back into my diet, then cutting out all the fat, as unnecessary fat out of my diet, going back to like low sodium, all these things. And look, I'm not an athlete, right? I'm just a regular person, just like you. And I'm telling you, sharing with you and telling you how challenging it has been for me. All this has made me realize that number one is that if you are out there struggling, I can tell you, I hear you. I can feel you, right? Sometimes I would probably say, I don't understand why it's so difficult for people to do the right thing, but it is super difficult. I am going through this pain right now where it's so challenging. And you know what? It's been only 15, 16, 18 days maybe that I was off track, and then I'm just finding it difficult. And imagine if you have been on off track for years and months, how challenging it will be. But all in all, I will tell you is that I've started taking my daily walks. I've started working out. Yesterday was my first day where I actually worked out through the Zoom session for about almost an hour. I feel better now, but I just wanted to share with you that the struggle is real. Stay the course, don't give up, and try to install one good habit every day and you'll be good. Take care, bye-bye.